We've been doing some drainage work over recent weeks, and all these fields here that you can see, it's all good land, easy working, reasonably medium bodied, but it's all wet. You can see some water stood there in some ruts. So we've started doing some drainage work on it, and to do that we've had to regrade this dike, had to deepen it a lot and regrade the banks. We'd have liked to have done that end of July, early August, but of course with harvest being late, that didn't get done until September, and as a result we haven't got the grass well established. So one or two places, look, it's a sandy subsoil and it's running sand and it's slipped in, so we've had to pile that in places. This near a bridge here. But we're just keeping my fingers crossed that the rest of the dike bank doesn't slip in over winter. And we've come a bit further down the lane now, and you can see there's a run of drainage that we've done. There's the machine that we use, the trencher. We bought that a couple of years ago, Bath K150. It's an old machine, but it does our job just on our own farm. In fact, that field there in the distance, we've sprayed that one off. That was we've rounded it off. That was grass. So we'd like to think that was going in with wheat, but whether it will this year or not, with it being so wet, we'll have to see. I don't know if you can see this or not, but that drain there is running a lot of water off. We had half an inch the day before yesterday of rain on top of an already wet time. There was water on the headland there where we've been with the machinery, but we'd have expected to see a lot of water stood in those holes in that field, and it's really bringing it away, so we're pleased with that. Because it's been so wet, some of the where we've been regrading, deepening the dike, we've got a lot of soil left. We've put some new bridges in to access the fields, but that soil, I'd have liked to have taken that down those fields into the low holes, particularly in one place where we haven't got as much cover as we would have liked with the drainage pipes, but it's just been too wet to lead it in. So that might get left until spring, and the headland may even go spring barley if we get wheat into the rest of it. As I said, the fields, it's a very fine sandy subsoil, running sand. You can see here what's left on the chute, on the trencher. That's what the soil's like. That's quite orange, which is a concern because there's ochre in it, which is an iron, some sort of iron deposit in the soil, which does block your pipes up, your drainage, your land coil, unfortunately. But we don't really know what to do. We've used this wrapped pipe, which is filter wrapped. You can see the filter membrane on that, so that the sand particles can't get in, which the sand particles would get into the holes in the pipe. The problem being that where we go through any places where there's ochre, that the ochre can attract to the pipe and block it up. So that's potentially a problem. Part of it, the fields, we were going through white sand where the pipe was being laid, and I think that'll be okay. But other parts, in the dip holes particularly, there was a lot of this red coloured subsoil. So we're not quite certain how that'll perform. As I say, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, really, knowing what to do. If you don't use the wrap pipe, your pipe fills with sand. If you do use the wrap pipe, then it's more likely to bung with the ochre. It is a problem. Some people use unwrapped pipe and they'll put stone on top, fill the trench with stone to help filter out. I think there's a lot to be said for, like we've done here, particularly if you didn't use wrap pipe. We've just done straight runs from the dike straight up the field, and rather than a herringbone, so you can actually get in to jet them out. So hopefully that will improve these. There's about, that grass strip there is about 5 acres, and this arable field's 4 acres, so there's 9 acres there. We've got one more run to do with of pipe to put in, and hopefully that'll dry things up and there's some nice land in those dip holes, and every other year it gets flooded off or affected with water, so that should improve the yields considerably. And of course with our own machine, as I say, it's a bit of an old one, but it just does the job fine, so we're hoping that'll improve things. The trencher is based on a County skid steer unit, because they've got the reduction box on there, so it's an ideal thing. The worst thing about this machine probably is that the cab isn't on a separate arm, so when you lift the digging chain up, the cab goes up into the air and you're about 8 feet up in the air at rather a strange angle, so it makes it not a lot of fun tracking back down the field for the next run, but it's okay when you're actually using it. If you want to see a video of this running, I'll put a link in the description below. I'll take you to the video and just see the machine going.